Hi guys, 732 Review Crew here. I'm Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
We're back with Battlestar Galactica Season 3, Episode 3. This is what, Exodus Part
Episode 4.
4?
Yeah, episode
Really?
4. Exodus Part 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it episode 4?
You're
Yeah.
right. Things are flying. That's scary. Okay. Well, I really want to know what's going to happen because there was a lot of tension build up in the last episode, and we got a little relief. But we got so much about to happen, so much about to pop off. Will Lee come and save the, his father and help Battlestar Galactica, win the fight, or will he actually stick to his guns?
And who's gonna die?
And who will die?
Yeah, refer to last episode where we each discussed who we think is gonna die.
I do wonder. What was the votes again for you? You said nobody. You said
No, I said nobody.
I said 3 people.
Oh, you're right. Wow. You said
I said Tigh was my number 1 pick.
got it.
Crap. Who else?
Can't remember.
You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah, I remember mine.
Okay, you say yours. I'm
I
trying.
believe mine was so we had Ellen. Remember I said Ellen? That bloodthirsty for Ellen.
Yeah, I know. You just want to die.
And then I said Callie or Tyrell.
Yeah, no, I definitely. Yeah, no, I don't remember who else I said. Refer to last episode. Thanks
For the
for
last
watching.
episode. Thank you.
One way to find out who dies.
And that's to keep watching. Thank you, Mike. So let's start watching. We do appreciate you all. Thank you for joining us. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Exodus Part 2. It's a great episode.
Wow, okay.
That was the best episode yet, I think, in my opinion.
He's just saying that because Ellen died.
It was really good. I
think I have to take her off the board now. She's not a Cylon.
You've believed that since the first time we met her, and I feel like we rolled.
She did appear under mysterious circumstances.
She appeared in the she was missing for 3 months in a coma and then broke up, and she's like, hey.
Where's my husband?
Yeah. He's the fleet commander's assistant, colonel. So where is he?
Their relationship is actually like one of it's a beautiful relationship
Now,
they have.
That was the best scene we'd seen her in. Period. Like as far as like her
emotions,
actual morals and her character as a whole, and like their dialogue there, and that whole scene was really good. And Ty's a fucking savage. I'm
dude. I agree. So barring what we know about her, just from how she acted on New Caprica, she was trying to save her husband, but
she's always been acting in the interest of getting Ty into a better spot.
Exactly. She's always been doing it for Ty.
Since the beginning.
But he's not that type of man.
Sure, but the fucked up part is, in this situation, she did the wrong thing, but nothing bad happened.
But almost
nothing bad happened.
3 people died.
3 people died.
Okay, but Andrew's just like, there has to be a solution.
Well, the only reason why
she can't get away with this.
The only reason why it wasn't worse was because the Marine sergeant was there and
yes, yeah. It could have been.
Otherwise,
it could have ruined everything.
No, he said otherwise they all would have died. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, it would have ruined the entire plane. Well, they all wouldn't have died, but they would have had.
Well, that's what he said.
What if he just did put her in a coma and abandoned her there, and she's gonna wake up?
I'm not getting that energy from Ty.
No,
she's
pretty sure he killed her.
You're right.
Yeah.
She's gonna upload to the mothership, and Mikey's right.
No, I'm taking her off the Cylon board. If I take her off the board and she's a Cylon, I am gonna be so mad. So we're gonna move past her though in the discussion and discuss what happened. So we had what I would say is probably the best use of CGI in this series so far. Obviously, because we're in season 3, the budget is probably for the CGI is up, as well as technology.
Sure.
But when the battle stars were fighting the base stars, it was the coolest thing I've seen in a long time from just space. But the only thing that topped it was the Battlestar Galactica dropping in.
Bro.
Yeah, okay, all right. I was going to say the spacesuits were pretty much the same. I was like, yeah, okay. I totally agree.
The Pegasus showed up.
I totally agree.
And when it blew up,
it was great. And it crashing into the 2 base stars is fucking awesome.
That's
which also meant I don't think they had a single ship that could even pursue them immediately at this point anyways. Because there were 3 attacking. When the Pegasus came in, they bombed the fuck out of one of them. And then it was back and forth, but then they kamikazed into one
3.
and
hit another one.
Collateraled another, so.
3.
Well, when it was heading towards the one, I thought there was one semi behind it.
Yeah.
So there's 1 left, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Sure.
Now, interestingly, I want to say I really enjoyed how Gata acted in this episode. He was willing to take out Baltar, and he knew what he had to do. Now, from what we've seen with
But he
Gata,
didn't do anything.
No, from what we've seen with Gata, though, he's been a straight.
Gata's
shooter.
not a killer,
but he's not a killer though, and
that's the thing.
That's what Baltar exploited. He knew he was an idealist, but he, so as a result,
I don't think Baltar lied in that scene.
No, he didn't lie.
I don't even think he manipulated Gata. I think he was straight up like, "Please fucking kill me, but I would like to go save everyone." And Gata was like, "All right, dude, go do it."
Yeah, he wasn't wrong about why there was a nuke and all that. But as a result, Baltar has found Hera. So the scene from the episode when they were on what was the
season 2? Yes.
No,
but
where they find the baby in the cradle, and number 6 in Baltar's head it says, "We will raise the new. You will have the child of humanity." And the new child, the new generation.
Except they didn't. They found her, and then number 3 took her.
Well, he's obviously going with them.
No.
Yeah, Baltar's obviously going with them.
No, Baltar got invited to Cylon camp.
Yeah, he did.
Sure, fair, but then 6 made it seem like 3 was staying.
Well, 3's not going to stay on there.
I think they're going with them.
I don't know why they were launching.
That's why I was like, I don't understand. Why they gonna set off this nuke? Everyone's already gone.
Well, I don't think
just out of spite.
I think that was the plan, and then everyone left, and they're like, "Well, keep up with the plan."
Yeah.
It's not like everyone evacuated by that point. There's just 3 left, and she's like, "Oh fuck."
They're not very good at adapting plans, Cylons, as we've seen. When they try to do something, they just try to go straight to the problem and fix it. Which is, they're like, okay, what's the best way to help human Cylon relations and prosper together? I guess we just become a dictatorship and control everything they do. They're not very.
It's also the worst relations plan ever.
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying it was a good one, but you've seen how they don't adapt very well too. Because when it's not going their way, they keep trying, but then they also are like, let's publicly execute everybody.
Also, keep this in mind.
Round them up.
Also,
and execute them publicly.
Gaius did nothing to help. He only ever made everything worse, and just imagine instead of it being Baltar, everything else was the same, but it was Roslyn. I find it hard to believe that it would.
Roslyn would have been shot.
She would have died. Yeah, Roslyn would have died.
Like how Tom Zarek was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, Tom Zarek said she would have been in jail.
100%.
She would have been in jail like Tom Zarek was. Now, from this, we see that Baltar is a little bit more pushover, especially probably because he's been affected by Head 6.
More pushover?
Yeah, because then Roslyn.
He signed the death warrant for public execution.
And he wasn't going to do it until Head 6, pushed him to do so.
But
he was willing to die.
Right now, we're functioning still under the belief, because this is what Baltar believes, that Head 6 is his subconscious. So therefore, he convinced himself to do the bad thing.
Does he believe 6 is his subconscious?
I think so.
He does.
I don't know if he's ever said that.
100%.
I don't know.
He's actually said it more than once. He said it one time when he came to the conclusion, but then, yes, he has said it again.
He says it to her.
But he's saying it to his subconscious.
But the times that I remember where he says that, it's not like, I'm not listening to you because you're my subconscious. It's like, no, I'm not crazy. You're my subconscious. Yeah, that's how this works.
Yeah. No.
He does not.
He made a reference to it like near the end of last season again, that she's just his subconscious.
Yeah, but what was the tone?
Like dismissive. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. I know you're just my subconscious.
Yes. Now,
so that's the last time I remember.
I'm always wrong.
I'm not saying that.
I want to move to Casey, and I want to say that I brought this up maybe last episode, and there's a big thing, obviously, that's super important to recognize. First off, we realized that the baby wasn't the correct age, which is on us. They were just trying to trick Starbuck. They probably don't know. But the thing is, they're looking for Hera, the first baby for Cylon and human combined. That's a big thing for the Cylons. So if Casey was also...
I don't think Casey's also half Cylon.
No, I'm saying if she was one, then she would have been a massively big deal, and we would have known about it through other means, because Hera is such a big deal in herself.
Sure.
So Casey was a red herring to make us be like, that's, at first not her baby, and then you're like, okay, wow, that's her baby, which is what Kara went through with her mind, and she still wasn't able to, at the end, because it was such a shock to her. We saw her not coping with the fact that wasn't her baby, and now all of a sudden she has all these emotions, while she's also been gaslight by the Cylon that she was talking to. So now she's completely distraught, it seems like, because she's just been manipulated and played, and she doesn't know why. And she also doesn't have a baby too, which I think is a big thing for her, maybe because maybe she does want to be a mom in a sense, but she losing part of the one ovary she did have on this side, so only 2 ovaries. She lost an ovary, so that lowers her chances. So maybe that's why maybe she was upset over it too, on top of the emotional trauma of being manipulated into believing that something's your child and then not your child, while being forced to love somebody who is not your actual love.
It's all trauma.
Yeah, it's crazy to see.
Yeah, no, I hate all of it.
I hate it. I hate it.
And I hate the Cylons.
I hate Cylons. I really do.
It's like
it's fucked.
They just yeah. Like that's why I said last episode. I just like the "we're helping you" mentality, and it's like really fucked.
For cuffs of maintenance, but for human ends.
But that Cylon in particular, that guy's always been fucked up.
Brother Cavill?
No, not Brother Cavill.
Leoben?
That's not Doral.
Doral?
Leoben? Yeah, you're
right. It is Leoben.
You're right. Doral's
the guy. Every time we've ever seen him, he's not been of like sound-minded body, of like, he's never just.
Is that the one that attacked them in the weapons depot in episode 2?
Yep. Yeah,
and that's one that Starbuck interrogated. Yeah. That's the same exact one that Starbuck interrogated.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
Now, moving this Pegasus, rest in peace to the Pegasus.
Yeah.
Very sad that we lost the ship.
Lead to the rescue
in a massively badass way. But you can't help but just be sad that we lost Pegasus, because it was effectively.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it kind of does though. It's more weapons and stuff. Because even if you're just bare bones crewing it, having 2 ships to.
They're autocannon.
But you have to remember, they sacrificed the Pegasus for we could ballpark 30,000 people.
I wonder how many.
You know what I mean?
And taking out the base stars, and from what it's been, if that's stretched thin, I mean, it sounds like they have about as many base stars as like there were Galactica's pre-war.
See, when they said
that, and they're taking out like 5 or 6.
That actually led me to believe that like we might. Because the only thing I keep trying to wrap my head around is like we see most of them die, but it's also not all of those versions of those Cylons might agree. Like it could easily have been a splinter group that was like, hey, let's take these ships.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah. You've been saying a splinter group, but it's never been confirmed or denied.
I know I'm saying that.
I'm saying it right now.
I'm enthusiastically agreeing with you.
Okay. So I think there's a chance that's why they're like, oh, we're spread thin. Because in reality, like you pointed out, what else are they doing?
That's what I'm saying.
Because if whatever else they're doing is super important and they can't spare the ships, why the fuck did they even go there in the first place?
That's what I'm saying.
They could have sent one heavy raider.
They could have literally
with like
sent
3 Cylons on it. Like, hey, peace and love. We love you guys.
They could have sent Boomer and Caprica 6.
Yeah.
And then they could have actually been
literal ambassadors.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But then you heard 3 do the whole thing again, where she's like, what, and let you live and build vengeance, and then thousands of years later come and extinguish, drive Cylons to extinction.
So one thing,
that is such a backwards fucking way to
One question that I had in regards to this whole arc is there was no resurrection ship in orbit, so like, was it in the prison?
Maybe it's the ship. Maybe there's a
I feel like it was on.
Maybe one of the ships. So they have to use,
but then they wouldn't have nuked the planet if they had a resurrection facility like right there.
No. Oh, number 3 did say that. You're right.
But like, Leoben got murdered like 6 times by Starbuck.
Yeah.
Like they had to have a resurrection facility somewhere in the area, but
maybe mobile.
But like they never had like a ship in orbit that they talked about or showed.
Maybe they were willing to destroy them.
It could just be like story, like hand waving, but I don't expect that from this show. I expect them to
address it.
There could be something deeper there, because it kind of felt like number 3 had kind of just given up, and that's why she was like, all of you need to get off the planet, and she was just going to stay and actually die. That's why she was just storming around in the tent.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking bitch, where's my baby? This is bullshit. And then they found it. And that's why she's like, yeah, I'm not going to set the bomb off anymore. So I'm actually pretty sure that's what happened.
That there is no resurrection facility.
That there totally could have been, and it evacuated the moment the Galactica arrived. They never make any mention of it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But there has to be of some kind. But
because they did a whole arc for it, so it's important.
The only way they worked around it was by saying, hey, before we set off the nuke, you guys need to leave. Which is insinuating that their ability to resurrect is no longer present.
So maybe it worked out.
Why else would they have been like, you have to evacuate immediately? It would have been like, yeah, let's all just fucking hang out and watch the bomb
explode. Do you not remember what they've said? The trauma of dying over and over is terrible. Even though they can resurrect,
that is a good point.
They don't want to die.
It's less, I mean...
So, Joe, you could die. So we have a resurrection ship. Cool. But you still feel every single bit of pain from dying, and you wake up in that exact moment you die feeling that pain for even just a second.
Sure, okay, so there's a chance. Whatever the case, they did. I'm just trying to come to my whole point is I'm trying to come to a conclusion with the information we were given and not making any assumptions.
Yeah, I just assume they're doing self-preservation because they don't want to die because dying is painful for them. But they also had a resurrection thing on the planet, and when they said to evacuate, they probably used some of the Centurion models to just pick it up and move.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It seemed like, yeah, I don't know.
That's my headcanon.
Anyways, I'm also really happy they're off of New Caprica.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like 6 episodes. It was like the perfect amount of like...
It wasn't even 6 episodes.
It was 6 episodes.
No, it was...
The last episode is season 2, and then these episodes.
The mini episode.
Yeah. which was like, I guess, so...
This is episode...
4. So yeah, you're right. I guess 6.
Yeah.
Technically.
Okay.
Not even like a...
Okay,
like
we'll call it 5.
A quarter of it. We took the quarter of a season on...
The semantics, anyways. God.
All right, guys.
Is there more?
Anything else you want to talk about?
No,
talked about Ellen dying.
It's fine. I was just going to say that I had commented after episode 1 that I really didn't want to stay on the planet, and I'm just glad it was like the perfect amount of time, and it was so good, and it was just a big arc rather than I kind of thought it was going to be the whole season.
Where the fuck is Tom Zarek?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Because he straight up was like, I'll catch you later, and then just dipped. And for what?
Maybe he got out because...
Or is the Cylon?
We saw him in that one scene with the fighting, I think. And like you said, he dipped. Maybe he's just survived and he's on Battlestar.
My only theory
he's on a civilian ship
is when he sees Rosalind again, she's like, where the fuck have you been? No one's seen you. He was like, oh, I was a prisoner for 4 months.
Well, he was.
Sure he was.
You think Tom Zarek's a Cylon?
I'm just saying plausible deniability. Also, not for nothing. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'll take it. All right, so for this episode, the final thing to discuss is characters we thought would die. So Chief and Callie, for me, did not die. However, as we said before, Ellen did die in the way I didn't expect it. I thought she was going to go out like in an explosion or getting killed by Cylons or something, like saving, like, jumping in front of, her husband. But instead it was him basically acknowledging that he would have ordered somebody else to do the same in the situation, so he probably has to stand by his guns in that situation. Treason deserves death, and therefore that was treason. So
I also feel like I'm about half right with my first pick because Tigh might be alive, but he's definitely dead on the inside.
Oh, he's dead on the inside.
So
that was a sad fucking death.
And like you thought Anders was going to die.
It was.
I thought no one was dying.
You changed it halfway through. You said Anders.
No.
I don't know, watch the tape.
Okay.
All right.
I made a joke that Andrew's like subordinate Connor was gonna die.
Oh, maybe that was it.
He's like, "Come on, Connor." I was like, "Well, he's dead."
Yeah, no, that's
all I got. Thank you guys for joining us with 732 Review Crew. I'm Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
This is Battlestar Galactica. If you do enjoy this, thank our Patreons for making us watch this, and thank you Patreons for allowing us to view this. This has been a great ride so far, and I can't believe we're on season 3. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see full lengths on Patreon. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.
Bye, New Caprica. Fuck you.
Toodaloo.
Yeah, Joe wins.